complexity in relationships. If you can do that well, you're actually in leadership territory by definition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where I first started learning, what it means to relate to another, what it means to compromise with and compete with and collaborate with. Didn't do very well, by the way, at college. I was too busy messing about with the friends and necessarily doing what I should have. I think mum's duty wasn't as hard at that point when we should get a bit older. I had to get a frailer. It didn't hurt as much. Maybe I was getting a little bit more resilient. So didn't quite work out the way it should have in the education side of things. But I think because I had good O levels, as they were called at that time, GCSE equivalent, good O levels, and kind of got away with, I would say, smart genes. My dad's a very, very exceptionally smart guy, so I inherited his genes. So managed to just about get into pharmacy at Sunderland. Now at the time I had not even heard of Sunderland. I was a Manchester lad, inner city, born and bred. Sunderland, where even is it? So I accepted the offer because subhanAllah, Allah was very kind of merciful on me by even arranging for that offer to come my way, given my results. But to be quite honest, I also accepted the offer because some of my friends had said, "Oh, we'll come to Sunderland with you, Aamer." So what happened though, I get to Sunderland and one at a time, they all fell off by the wayside, so I ended up in Sunderland all on my own. But wow. I sorted myself out in terms of understanding the importance of education, the importance of getting down and doing so, as a good boy should do. I got my distinction, first class honours, in pharmacy, graduated from there, went to a small Lincolnshire town called Spalding to do my pre-reg. Again, I was the only Asian face in Spalding, so it was really interesting. So I'm in the pharmacy doing my pre-registration, but then if I went to the bank to do anything, the girls behind the counter, taking their watches off, saying, "I've got a rash here. Could you advise me on this rash a little bit?" And I'm going, I'm here to deposit a check, and you're showing me your rash, because they knew I was the lad from the pharmacy. But great experience. And I had a great manager, Dave Walters, his name was. It was really interesting because I actually went to a training program with him once, and he had to introduce me, I had to introduce him to this kind of wider cohort of people. And he literally, this is the way he introduced me. He goes, "This is Aamer Naeem." Quite surprisingly, he only went to a comprehensive. So you can well imagine what Spalding's like in terms of they all go to private school. And that's the kind of place. But again, culturally was a good thing for me to go to and get experience to and have exposure with. So lovely year. I really enjoyed it. Worked with Boots the Chemist. Worked my way up the ranks. At one moment in time, I was the youngest ever manager that the Boots chain of retail stores actually had. It was a great accolade.
Okay.
They always say once a Manchester boy, always a Manchester boy. So I wanted to go home at that point. So I spoke to my district manager and said, "Look, I want to go home. Manchester's home. Can you transfer me there?" In order to try and keep me, they dangled this carrot of store 4 in Bilborough, Nottingham. Said, "Well, we'll give you management of this store if you stick around." I said, "Home can wait. It's fine. Let's go to Nottingham." I ended up spending 10 years in Nottingham. Got married there. Completed my MBA from Nottingham University Business School as well, which took me into consultancy work, leadership development work, and similar. So I am for the last 15 years I've been designing and delivering leadership development programs.